I lied, but keep playing, keep playing.
Tell me it's almost over. I don't want to brag, but the guitar you are listening to. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the neighborhood. So it's just me today. I have a very special guest joining me, but it is just me. I have to be honest. What I was just playing was my guitar lesson from Broom. Russ and I said to him once, "Hey, can you just teach me something, and I'll practice it." So what you just heard was me practicing. So this is a bit like if you have kids or you remember growing up when you had your piano lessons and you someone said do your recital piece and you had to do it. That's what I just did. Sorry I had to sit through there, but I hope it was good. Welcome to In the Neighborhood. So glad you're here. So here's what we're doing. It's just me today. The gang's back tomorrow. We're going to be talking tomorrow a little bit about food and how people are doing with food. And we're going to be chatting a little bit about the snowbirds and the tragedy they dealt with there and speak to some people who know them. But today, I thought it would be fun for me to just tell a story. So I'm going to do that a little bit later on. And my brother Rob and I were talking. He's the one in the bottom of the screen who's behind a house. Rob and I we thought, why don't we call Dad and see how Dad's doing and find out what's going on with him. So just a bit of background. My dad is 86. He'll be 87 in December, I think. Yeah. And this COVID situation is a little nerve-wracking, a little bit nerve-wracking for the rest of us because Dad spent his adult life, so much of his life as a construction guy, and early in his life spent a lot of time around asbestos. And now Dad is he's a little short of breath, and clearly he doesn't have any cancer in his lungs, but he definitely has compromised lungs. So getting COVID for him wouldn't work out well. So especially the fact that he's 86. So he is in the age range and also in the condition range where it would be very dangerous. So I'm curious about how he's doing and how he's feeling way up in Edmonton. So that how fun would it be to just call him and see? So let's just do that, and we'll find out what's going on with our dad and how he's doing. He does not have a video phone. He's only got a regular phone. So I'm just going to put him on speaker and you can hang out and listen. See how he's doing. As they say on one ringy dingy.
Hello?
Well, g'day. Is this Dad?
Hello?
How are you, Dad?
It's kind of noisy here. A guy I'm at the schoolyard, and the guy just cut the grass when he's got one of the little hand snowblowers blowing all the grass off the sidewalk. So now it's kind of noisy.
Well, you sound good from this end, so I think, can you hear me okay?
Same as my looks. The farther away you get, the better I look. The farther away you get, the better I sound.
Well, I was just saying, Dad, I'm all alone on the show today, so I thought, well, I better phone you just for company and see how you're doing.
Well, all alone, I guess any old port in the storm will do.
So
You know, when you're alone, you can't be fussy.
I'll take you any day. So what was the morning like? Did you get out for a walk and everything this morning?
Oh yeah, yeah. I went out to. I about probably an hour and a bit, and then I came home and the post office wasn't still open, so I walked up. Now I'm just walking home from the post office. So probably all in all, I walked maybe an hour and a half or
How
something like that.
and do you now? I know you had your steps counter. How many steps do you try to get in a day?
I didn't have it with me this morning, but usually if I walk an hour and a half, if I want to walk 10,000 steps, it takes me an hour and a half or an hour and a bit. Yeah, an hour and a half or even maybe an hour and three quarters.
And
so I don't walk very fast.
Right. And are you like, do you walk on the sidewalk, walk on the street when people go by?
Yeah,
Or,
I walk. Yeah, now of course sidewalk. It's nice.
yeah.
Everything's nice and dry. Yeah, but when it was icy, of course, usually the middle of the street, particularly since this virus thing in the middle of the street, it's empty in the morning, so I would walk there. But now, no, I just walk on the sidewalk.
And do you worry with your lungs and all? Do you get nervous around other people?
No, not their problem. No, I don't. No, I'm very careful though. I don't go in the stores and nothing. Mom does that.
Is that right?
Yeah. Just in case. I don't think I would necessarily be that careful, but Gord kind of remind me that my lungs aren't that great, you know.
Right.
He doesn't keep reminding me, but you can, you know, he let you know kind of.
Gord is our other brother. Would you say he is the smart one of all of us, Dad, or how would you describe Gord?
Well, I guess.
Or would you just say he's your favorite more than anything?
Oh, not my favorite. Dave is my favorite. Oh, no.
That's good. How is mom holding up in all this?
Oh, very good. Very good. The corona doesn't make that awful much difference at all, you know. She's very disappointed, and I am too, but probably doesn't affect me as much as her that she can't go to church, you know.
Right.
That's the one thing that really it's her mom. That's on her mind, putting her all the time. But no, she's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how is sleeping?
Sleeping?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know, we're awake early. 5 o'clock, we're awake. You know, pretty well, or 5:30. When you're a little older, you don't need the sleep you did when you're younger. You know.
Yeah.
You're awake. What the heck? So I get up and make my coffee and just it's fine. Everything's good.
You know, I was talking to somebody once, and they said, "Boy, getting old isn't for the faint of heart." And they were talking about their aches and pains. But I've never. Do you get disappointed about aging?
No. In the last 2 years, since a year and a half since I broke my shoulder,
yeah,
it is. I do find I guess if the word is age, I do find I've aged more in the last 2 year and a half than I had in maybe 10 years before that, you know.
Yeah.
But it's certainly no. Life is what you make. It doesn't matter what age you are. When you're young, you know, you worry about things, but you have lots of energy and all the different things. You kind of get around it, but you know, what the heck? Life is exactly what you make it at any age.
Now, what about a guy like me? Because my career and everything that I do is a little bit not like it's really been affected by this, so it's easy for me to get worried.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on how to get around that?
Well, I can kind of understand that a little bit because, you know, my job depends on the contract the boss got, or the company got. And sometimes maybe I go in the office at night, in the evening after work, and they say, "Oh, just missed a big job here, we've missed a big job there, or things are getting kind of tough. But when I had a mortgage and that, I'd worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the one big thing was, Mom was so used to me saying that when I come home and say, "Oh, things are pretty tough," she'd say, "Oh yeah, what else is new?" Kind of.
Yeah.
She would not worry about it, and that was a big help to me,
Yeah.
But no, in the 80s, it was tough sledding. I remember thinking I wouldn't know what it was like to work 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. I was working extra all the time and Saturdays. But that's just another little bump on the road,
You've often said to me to just keep your feet moving.
That's it, yeah. And it's tough to do because it's a little bit like me playing the guitar now. When I was singing twice at the hospital every week, and you had to practice and keep at it. Now I find it really hard to get motivated to take the guitar out of the case because it's kind of easier just to sit in the rocking chair and not do it.
Right.
And so it's the same with work. If there's nothing really ahead, you do work more when you're pushed. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I talked to Phil a little bit about that. He's busy now, really busy, and he doesn't have to because he can get have self-employed if you're not with this COVID thing. I guess you can get money, but no, he's pushing, and he says that too. The more you contract, the more work you get, the more you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found that the hardest for me is there's not. My options are I can worry or I can just sit around, and neither of those are particularly helpful. I gotta find other things to do.
Yeah, and that's tricky to do. Like I can say that, I had a trade, but if you weren't working, you don't go door to door and ask them if they want plastering done. So I could see your hands are kind of tied too.
Yeah.
You can get it, but yeah, it's part of life, I think. On the farm, we would plant oats, and it rained and rained and rained and rained. There's nothing they could do about it either. You can sit around and complain, or you can get out maybe and cut pulpwood or something.
Right.
So what the heck?
How did you find it? One of the things I have to be aware of is if I'm worried about work and thinking about work, that it's easier for me to be short with the kids, to be less patient. Yeah. And how do you deal with that?
Oh yeah, no question. Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. If you can remember back when I'd lose my temper with guys like you, probably because I wasn't working. No, for sure. What it does is it affects your self-worth.
Yeah.
And everything, if you have no self-worth, everything around you pretty well is negative.
Yeah.
And so yeah, even the kids, what would bother you now with not working, and busy, and they could do the same thing after, and it would not bother you because you're just in better frame of mind. Yeah.
That's what I find. Like I get frustrated or I'll get mad. I got mad at John the other day because he didn't put the phone away fast enough, and I thought, what difference does it make, But for whatever reason, it bothered me, and I'm aware that I'm getting angry about stuff that I wouldn't be angry about if I was.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can understand that, and and even that is an education for the kids. They say, they think back and say, or if you could think back and say, maybe I got upset with you unjustly. Maybe it's because I wasn't working.
Yeah.
But yeah. I was always so glad when, no big thought of my own to learn the trade. I didn't have any idea where I was going. I just got kind of worked into it. But it's just been such a blessing. It was such a good thing for me,
Yeah.
But, yeah.
When did you?
I feel, I sit now on the front veranda.
Yeah.
At night, lots of nights to sit out there, and all these kids these days, you know, all walking past talking on the phone. What am I doing now? Walking around the sidewalk talking on my phone. I feel I'm being a kind of a hypocrite.
Okay, before I let you go, can you tell the story of because I was thinking about this, like John was asking about work and money, and I'm like, he's 9, right? So I think, do I tell him that, like, when do I say, well, there's no money, or however that is? And you tell a story about mortgages and interest rates when we were, and I remember standing by the washing machine downstairs when I was a little kid, you talking about that. What's that story about when you just talk to your kids about the reality of money or whatever?
Yeah, I think the one thing that I think that I was always in the front of my mind, which never really occurred, is that I was always kind of hesitant to say anything about that because I didn't want to worry them. But the fact is, they just trusted me anyway. Then you just trusted me. You weren't worried that we had no money. That it was never something Mom and I ever discussed at the kitchen table either, or at the supper table with you guys. You know.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
And then I just remember when we came out here first, and I had to take a mortgage. There was a mortgage on the house, and I took rather than I just took over that mortgage.
Yeah.
And then took a second mortgage. So the interest rates that time was much better than doing it that way. And so I remember just sitting talking to you guys kind of about the way a mortgage worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember Ken, he couldn't get his head around the fact that if you borrowed $1,200, why you had to pay back maybe $1,500.
Right.
It didn't make sense to him, you know. I'm sure, little boy. But I think main thing is, I never discuss much money like that with you guys. I mean, I'd explain things, but
yeah.
Whether it was, maybe when you get older, I might have mentioned things, but not when you're younger. I never did. Anne said to me one time that your younger sister said to me one time, she much said, Dad, are we rich or are we poor? So she didn't have any idea, and I guess I probably told her we were rich, but I don't know what I said, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the way it goes.
Yeah, that's so great. Where are you standing now? For those that know Edmonton, where are you at, Dad?
Standing, Dave. I am standing. I haven't stopped walking since you got off the phone. I walked past. I was just leaving the post office of White on 76th Avenue.
Yeah.
When you phoned, and I walked up to 106A Street, and I walked down there, walked right past our house.
Yeah. And
now I'm walking back to the house.
Look at that. Wow, that was Dad. That was just great to say hello.
Well, thank you, Dave.
I appreciate it, and we'll be talking again soon, I'm sure. And again, I sure got a kick out of John deciding to text you this morning, so that made me smile a lot. So that was good.
Good man.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay.
Okay, Dad.
Take her easy, Dave.
Okay, bye now.
Yeah, bye.
Wow, I was a little emotional there. That dad of mine. What a good guy, huh? 86 years old. So I'm looking at my brother Rob. You guys can't see him. It looks like a house, I think, to you. Should I do a quick story, Rob? What do you think? Should we do one? Yeah. All right. Rob's giving me a thumbs up and a nod. So I thought I'd tell a quick story about how this is affecting our kids, because this is my question, right? Is this COVID thing, is it making them crazy? Is it? And John, our Tess, is really having a hard time missing school and missing her friends. John, so far, does not miss his friends at all. So maybe he has no friend. No, he does. But for him, he just likes hanging out here. He's like, I get more time with family. I get more time to play. So for him, it's been great. So I think, okay, where is the emotion of John? Like, how is he doing? How is this all going? And we've been doing a lot of family movies, and as you know, if any of you else have been doing family movies during this, for the first week or two, it's great because you just do all the movies you haven't seen yet. And then you start doing the movies you haven't seen that you're not sure you really want to see, but you will. And then you're scraping at the bottom. And now we're like, okay, what movies did we like growing up? So I don't know whose idea it was. I think it was Blythe said, why don't we show Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? So we threw that on, thinking it'll just be a dumb film. And John and I we watched Chernobyl, we watched 1917, we watched all of the Band of Brothers. He was very interested in war, so I made him as sort of a school project. He had to do a report on World War One and World War Two and understand what was going on before we got these other shows, but he really likes them and he feels like an adult when he gets to watch them. So then I thought, well, if we put on Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, that's just going to be goofy and it'll be a fun night. So we watch it, and John has been like interested in everything, but not moved. Like it's not like he's anyway. So we put on Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and I don't know if you've seen it or if you remember it, but these kids are shrunk and they're going through the backyard through the grass, and then they find a bug, a big ant, and they ride the ant. And then at a certain point, the ant, they all get attacked by a scorpion. I don't know if you remember that. And then the ant protects them from the scorpion. And John, it's like a goofy movie, right? So John and Tess are laughing and giggling. And then the ant steps in front of the scorpion and protects them. And the scorpion stings the ant. And so the ant sort of struggles a bit, and then it stops moving and the kids come and rub it, and then John he was sitting back on the couch and he leans in watching the TV and leans in and leans in, and then it's quiet, and then he in like this incredulous voice, like you could just see him going, what just happened? And he goes, did Auntie, that's what the kids called the ant, did Auntie die? And Blythe said, yeah, I think he did. And he burst into tears, like cried. I haven't seen him cry like that in months, like just cried that Auntie was dead. So COVID, not such a big deal. Employment, not such a big deal. Missing school hasn't really affected him. But on a 90s or 80s movie where a bug dies, really affected him. So it was so sweet, I think. I don't know if it's sweet to have your kid cry, but it was so emotional for him. And it's funny that I thought in 5 years from now, when he says, when someone asks him, what do you remember about COVID? He'd say, I remember an ant died and it was very sad. So that's a report. So you heard from an 86-year-old how COVID's going for him, and for John, the big thing is let's do our best to protect the insects, you guys, because those are the parts that you just got to be careful about. Oh, wow, what a family show! Tomorrow we're going to have such fun. Everyone's back. Mandy's going to have a craft. Wow. And we're going to see how Jimmy's doing. And we're going to talk about our big party on Friday. And it's going to be another day in the neighborhood. But what a great conversation with my dad. I could do that every day, and maybe we'll do it again. Thanks, everyone, for joining us and joining me. And I will see you tomorrow morning or whenever you happen to tune us in on In the Neighborhood. Be well. Do you wanna hear my guitar practicing again? This is where all right, Russ, I want to apologize, but don't think of this as a performance. This is me doing my scales that Russ taught me to do. What? Sorry, let's start that over, shall we? Sure.